Hello everybody, my name is Robites, and I have never really spoken about Undertale on my channel, but I love the game. I love it so much. I'm forcing my boyfriend to play it, actually, and it's so much fun watching him. It's like having my own personal pet Let's Player. As always, I started off with the sketch that I did off camera, so I could do all my little changes without feeling like I'm recording too much. And here we are doing the line art. As you could probably deduce, he is a rodent. A mouse, specifically. And even more specifically, he is the mouse in all the mouse holes in the game. If you haven't played Undertale, why are you watching this? But you should totally watch it. I love it. Or, play it. That's what I meant. You should play the game. But my first introduction to Undertale was through watching Let's Plays, which is why I always say watch it. Oops. But if you have played Undertale, then you know that there is a mouse hole in a bunch of locations in the game. And if you click on it, it does a little squeak, and it also has a lot of save points. So you click on the save point and it says something like, knowing the mouse will someday go get the cheese fills you with determination. So yeah, my OC is that little guy. Now what he does is, if you click on the mouse hole one too many times, he wakes up and he goes to see what's going on. And he's a little grumpy about it too. After that, you can speak with him. You can ask him about himself if you want to. But his purpose is to give you hints on future puzzles that you may encounter. He gives you hints on that, like the main puzzles, and secrets as well. He also does some vague foreshadowing. And I've had this idea since middle school. I've had this idea since, I want to say, 6th grade. Yeah, 6th grade. For reference, I'm a high school graduate now, so it's been a minute since I've had this idea, and I believe I've drawn it out once. I don't think I have the art with me anymore, but I've drawn him out once, and his design definitely changed since then. But after all these years, this might be the first time I actually draw out and really create the idea I had in my brain. About what I'm doing here, I added a bunch of little miniature versions of him because he has different outfits depending on the location that he's in. So his normal naked self is when you find him in the ruins, and his outfit changes depending if you find him in Snowdin, Hotland, so on and so forth. And I really like him because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's pretty unique in the grand scheme of Undertale OCs. Because some OCs are just in the universe, they live here and they interact with these people, and that's it. They only view Undertale as a story rather than a game. And other people's OCs has they're a monster, this is what they're like in battle, and this is the little battle with the heart, this is their attacks when they're attacking your little soul. Whereas for this guy, he's very much a game mechanic type thing, so he doesn't really have his own story like the story Undertale people, but he also doesn't have his own battle mechanics like the other ones do. I think he's pretty unique, and I'm pretty happy with how he's coming out. I haven't interacted with the Undertale fandom since, I want to say, 6th grade. So, a lot of things have happened that either did exist back then and I just didn't know about it, or didn't exist back then and I just found out about it. One of those things is the existence of fan-made games. I always knew that Undertale AUs were a thing because that's a huge part of the fandom. If you're an avid part of the Undertale fandom, you know about the Undertale AUs. Which, I might draw this guy in different AUs, I'm not even gonna lie. But since I didn't know that fan games were a thing, which makes total sense, I guess I'm just a little goofy on that, but since I didn't know, I might play some of those, and I think what I might do is play those and record it so I have the footage so that I can do a voiceover with story times or something, but then maybe later on have a drawing video of me actually rating the game. That, or I'll just straight up do a playthrough. The only thing with that is that my playthroughs don't get a lot of attention, which of course I'm not doing YouTube just for the views. Obviously it does help because it brings in money, which I need to survive. But like, I have a job outside of this. It's fine. The reason I'm just hesitant is because I feel like I disappoint people whenever I post a gaming video. I did get like a single request to continue my Minecraft series, which I'm going to because it's fun. Whenever me and Snailtooth have the time, we're going to make another Minecraft video. But I don't know. I don't feel like people would be that interested in watching me play Undertale fan games, since that's such like a niche category. But I might do it anyway, you know. Here I am coloring his little self, and I decided to go for a very simple design in this. Obviously, there are some very complicated designs in Undertale, like, I forgot his name, but the teenage comedian in Snowden, for example. But this guy, I thought he would look better if he was just a simple little mouse. Just a simple, humble little mouse, there to give you hints. I gave him those, like, little skinny arms. I just thought that they added some character to him. You know, they made him a little bit more recognizable as him and not just some random mouse. Mice in real life don't have that, and I do typically, when I create a character who's a certain animal, I try to follow that animal anatomically while stylizing it. But I don't really care. This is like one of the only times that I go directly against the real life animal anatomy just to make him a little bit more recognizable. While he is mostly a game mechanic only character, I think I still kind of want to draw him interacting with some of the canon Undertale characters, just for funsies. Kind of in the same way as fan comics of Undertale aren't canon. Like, I would make little interactions with him to the other characters, but none of them are canonical to him. I also might give him like a tiny bit of a backstory, but nothing crazy, since like, I literally don't care. Like, I feel like if I made him a backstory, it would be for funsies only, not to like actually make a story out of him. Because he's not a character I can really see a story coming out of. If you made it this far, comment what your favorite Undertale character is. Mine, I think, is Napstablook, but I gotta think about it. Oh my god, I love him so much. Napstablook, nap And also, I have Undertale stickers. You should buy my Undertale stickers. I know, shameless plug. This video is sponsored by Squirrel Bites. Buy my Undertale stickers. With like other games that I might make a video on, kind of want to make a Night in the Woods video, you know, just a little bit. I asked my boyfriend if I could force him to play Night in the Woods like I did with Undertale, and he said no. Because he's not interested in the gameplay. He only cares about the story, but he's not really interested in the gameplay. Can you guys believe this guy? Boo him in the comments. After you comment your favorite Undertale character, comment boo Max. Max, if you're watching this, I love you. I promise I'm not directing hate towards you. It's all for funsies. Back to this mouse. Personality-wise, I think he'd be a very serious character. You know, with his expression in the close-up of him, I feel like he would really focus on what he's trying to tell you and insist that you listen to him. And other than this, I might consider making another Undertale OC. I don't know if I would make a video on it, though. I don't know, it might be like a part 2, kind of like how I made a second video to my Five Nights at Freddy's video. But the reason I did that part 2 is because I got suggestions for it. Which, I mean, let me know if you want a part 3, like if you want, not exactly a part 3, like you can ask for another Five Nights at Freddy's OC video, but if you just want a FNAF video, I can come up with something, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if Undertale is really going to be the same in the fact that like people really enjoy it on my channel, but I enjoy it, so I might make more videos anyway. But yeah. Undertale's super fun, and I would definitely consider making my own AU and making a video on that. Though it definitely wouldn't be like those AUs where it's just an aesthetic change. Which, no shade to those AUs, I love those. I'm pretty sure there was like a watermelon AU when I was younger. And I'm pretty sure that AU had like no lore, just everybody had outfits that looked like a watermelon. I think. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But with those AUs, I have no issue with that. But I just don't want to make it an AU like that. I don't know. I don't know what my AU would be. But if I ever make one, I'll probably make a video out of it because, you know, content. You can see me struggling here because I have this pen that gives you an outline, but sometimes it behaves weirdly and doesn't want to give you the stupid freaking outline. Pretty sure I ended up changing that for just the pixel brush that I have. But yeah, now I'm writing the information on the mouse, which you can probably see very faintly. I had to move it a little bit because the outfit drawings ended up taking up space. Undertale is such a good game, dude. It's so good. As I was replaying it, I noticed things that weren't there before, and like the whole like fun level thing is so cool. If you don't know, every single save file has a fun level to it. And I think it might be 1 through 70, but I'm not sure, I don't remember. And depending on your fun level, you'll get different things throughout the game. Nothing that's like story changing. But for example, my fun level, I can't really think of anything that it like specifically allowed that I hadn't gotten before. But when I was watching my boyfriend play it, he got the wrong number song. And again, if you don't know, the wrong number song is just, you know, you're walking around and somebody calls you and is like, oh, it's the wrong number. And then they just sing a whole song about how it's the wrong number. And that was because of his fun level. It was somewhere between 2 through 38. And I think that is so clever. Toby Fox is a genius, dude. Undertale's probably like the best video game ever that I can think of. I love The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet, but as much as I love The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I'm sorry, unpopular opinion. I think Undertale's the best game ever. Breath of the Wild is still probably my favorite game though. But I mean objectively, Undertale is probably the greatest game ever. At least the greatest RPG that I know of. Here I'm deciding on how to place his color palette. As I stated before, I just wanted him to look like the basic mouse, and that's why I chose a lot of grays and, you know, those natural colors. I also think that, like, the pink, even though it is a natural color and I would have chosen it anyway, I think it really does add to his design, you know, all of these grays and some pink. I think it brings the eyes to the character, and I quite enjoy it. As for the colors on his outfits, I didn't put too much thought into them. For his winter outfit, it's made from a sock, so I was just trying to make it look like a sock and also have it fit the wintry aesthetic, so I chose red and blue. Red because it's a warm color and it shows that he's warm in it, and blue because it's a cold color, which is supposed to show his surroundings. And for the waterfall, I gave him glasses because I like to think he's studying the constellations, you know, the quote-unquote constellations. And he has a jacket because the waterfall looks a little chilly there. And for Hotland, he has a shoelace tying up a little mini ice pack up against his tummy because he's hot as heck. And he also has a sweatband. Character thing, you know, if you talk to him in Hotland, he will express his disdain for the heat. And he'll say that he much prefers being cold rather than being hot, because at least being cold he can warm up somehow. Being hot he can only do so much. Which I agree with personally. Just saying. Now here I am just, you know, decorating the back, you know, trying to just see what looks good. I don't really care much for the backgrounds of these. I just like to make them look nice, but my backgrounds, whether they be hearts or, you know, whatever this is, it doesn't really have a lot to do with the character. I just want to make the character pop against the background. And that's my Undertale OC. Again, if you love Undertale, you should totally purchase my Undertale stickers. Once these sell, I'm going to print out the goat family. So that's pretty cool. If you can, please donate to my Patreon, as it helps me a whole lot. And also, if you can, feel free to commission me. All my commissions are open. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to give you notifications because that's pretty cool. And feel free to give me video suggestions. I'm taking all the suggestions in the world. Goodbye! I love you. Mwah!